Harsh weather hits KwaZulu-Natal again. An important clinic is closing in Carletonville because of the dangers of a growing sinkhole. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.
Hundreds of tear gas canisters, thrown rocks and debris everywhere. The aftermath of a day of protests at the Walter Sisulu University campus in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. Police remain on the campus after a student was shot and killed.
Students were protesting against Mr. Mambane's security company Kamiyaluza that are doing unlawful raids and implementing policies and rules of the institution in the way that suits them, not in the way that they are written down. They protested and went to his house. In fact, they were passing by and they called his name. He just came out and shot at the students. We were not there at the time as the SRC. We were told by the student what happened. When we got here when the student has already passed away. That's what inspired the students become this angry, that they started striking and started doing all the things that happened today. And the students are right now in the N2 road.
An attempt for another postponement in the Free State asbestos corruption matter involving former Premier Ace Magashule has failed. Magashule, controversial businessman Edwin Sodi and others are being charged for the awarding of a dodgy 255 million rand tender. The tender was aimed at the replacement of asbestos from the roofs of 300,000 township homes.
So the Free State asbestos corruption matter finally got underway in the High Court today. 18 accused represented in this court appeared on charges ranging from fraud, corruption and money laundering. Among the accused is former Premier Ace Magashule and controversial businessman Edwin Sodi. All the accused face charges linked to a 255 million rand dodgy tender to replace asbestos roofs from 300,000 township homes. The lawyer for one of the accused tried to argue for a postponement, citing the fact that she'd only been given the docket last week and was only instructed in this matter a few days ago. However, Judge Philip Laupsher denied this application, ruling that the matter must continue. The trial will resume in the Free State High Court on Wednesday. Eyewitness News at the Free State High Court.
The KwaZulu-Natal High Court has heard how some key witnesses into the deaths of Chief Albert Luthuli are now missing. Today is day 2 of the recently reopened inquest into the 1967 death of Luthuli. The apartheid government says Luthuli died after being hit by a train in KwaDukuza, but the National Prosecuting Authority is disputing that.
Today, the daughter-in-law of Chief Albert Luthuli, Wilhelmina Luthuli, testified in court. She was the last person to see Luthuli leave the house in the morning. She said the next time she saw him, he was lying in bed at a hospital covered in blood and bruises. She said Luthuli had a deep wound on his head and that his arm was also injured. Wilhelmina's testimony continues tomorrow. Thabiso Koba, Eyewitness News, at the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in Pietermaritzburg.
A sinkhole so big it swallowed 5 homes, and it just keeps growing. Now the Kutson West Clinic in Carletonville has to close because of it.
We're at the Rest in Peace section in Kutong, part of Carletonville, where a sinkhole poses a threat to the Kutong West Clinic. The sinkhole that is said to have formed about 2 years ago, initially destroying about 5 households, which now remain empty, is now posing a threat to the Kutong West Clinic. Over the weekend, the Gauteng Department of Health announced its intentions to close the clinic on the 1st of May. Some community members are planning to march against the closure of the clinic, refusing to go to the alternative clinics made available for them, saying that it is not feasible to go there. They are calling for the Department of Health to put a mobile clinic in the Rest in Peace section for easier access for them. The Department of Health has said that the staff members will keep their job and be placed at other health facilities nearby. Jabuli Lembata, Eyewitness News, Kutong.
A large hole similar to sinkholes is in the KwaNobuhle township in the Eastern Cape, with underground cables and drainage pipes sticking out, all linked to a collapsed bridge. The Matanzima Bridge in the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality collapsed in June last year due to heavy rainfall and soil erosion. Work to fix the bridge began shortly before President Cyril Ramaphosa was scheduled to visit the area last year, but community leader Thamsanqa Nkevu says the work halted shortly after his departure. The government in KwaZulu-Natal says teams are on standby to respond to emergencies that may occur following a warning of heavy downpours. The Weather Service has issued a level 4 alert for the province. KZN has been hit hard by heavy rainfall in recent months, leading to deadly floods.
Areas that are expected to be affected include the districts of Umzinyati, Amajuba, Umgungundlovu, Ilembe, eThekwini Metro, Ugu District and King Cetshwayo. The weather conditions could potentially lead to difficult road driving conditions, flooding of roads and settlements, damage to property and infrastructure, and damage to mud-based houses.
Police have confirmed the principal of the Matatiele school in the Eastern Cape, where a 7-year-old girl is believed to have been raped in 2024, is not a person of interest in their investigation. It's after economic freedom fighters pushed the police to answer whether or not DNA has been taken from him. And AfriForum threatened to prosecute the police minister for misinformation. Police Commissioner Fani Masimola said DNA samples have only been taken from people who were close to or had interacted with the young girl on the days leading up to the assault. Masimola said the principal is not one of them, given that the school is spread over 3 campuses and he was not at the junior school. 2 businessmen who were hijacked and kidnapped in Midrand, Gauteng, have been reunited with their families. They were abducted outside the premises of a car rental company yesterday and subsequently dropped on the side of the road. The criminals stole the victims' bank cards and withdrew large sums of money.
A manhunt has been launched for these kidnappers who evaded arrest, and they are said to be utilizing a silver grey Hyundai i10 to commit their crimes in and around Gauteng. Citizens are urged to be alert, and those who have information are encouraged to come forward to assist police investigation.
In the US, the Trump administration has frozen more than $2 billion in funding for Harvard University. The decision was taken after the university rejected a list of demands from the White House. The list of demands include changes to Harvard's governance, hiring practices, and admissions procedures. Harvard became the first major US university to reject the demands, accusing the White House of trying to, quote, control its community. US President Donald Trump has accused leading universities of failing to protect Jewish students during protests against the war in Gaza and the US support for Israel last year. Just remember to download the EWN app and see you for more again tomorrow.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent.